Okay, so I'm finally back to reviewing pins. Now today I have the Platinum 3760 Century, the Begonia, I believe. Begonia. So this is a Japanese, we can focus this. This is a Japanese pin right here. And pretty much, let's get down to the review. So I'm gonna read a quote from their website first. So this is from the Platinum website. So this pin offers a slip and seal mechanism that prevents the ink from drying out of the pin fast. Now they claim that for 2 years, you don't have to use this pin and you can open it back up and write like it's brand new again. Now you guys can hit the comment section if that was wrong, but to my understanding, that's what they're saying. So pretty much the slip and seal kind of like mechanism. So pretty much whenever, all right, there we go. So pretty much whenever you close the cap, and everything, it's like a nice tight fix. And there's like a little bit of extra, like an extra amount that closes. I don't know if that came out right, but whatever, we're rolling with it. And now when it comes to the specs, these specs are coming straight from the Goulet Pins website. All right, so the nib material, it's a 14 karat gold nib, a screw-on cap, it's a cartridge and a converter style. The grip material, not that important. Now, for the nib size that I have a fine nib, which is more like an extra fine when it comes to European style. Since this is Japanese style nib in that area of the world, their fine is more like an extra fine. Just like a European style nib, a medium would be a fine in that area of the world, like in Japan. So we've got the nib right here, if we can focus in on it. All right, I was pushing a little bit with this camera, but whatever. Okay, so let's get back to it. So the diameter of the body is 13 millimeters. Diameter of the cap is 15 millimeters. And and this is when it's together, all together, obviously. And then the length of the body is 120 millimeters. And the cap itself is 67 millimeters. Alright, so that's enough of that. Let's get down to the writing part, which y'all really came here for, because that's the most important part, right? Okay, so now we're back with the writing portion of this. So for today, I'm going to be using 3 different pins so I can have a comparison, so you guys can see a comparison. And then the 37.6 Century, since that's what we're reviewing today. So we'll start with that first. Okay, so what's this pen called? The pen I'm reviewing, I forgot the name. Oh yeah, so the Platinum 37.6 Century. And I'm not even gonna try to spell it because I don't know how to spell it. It's the Begonia, we'll leave it be. And I'm writing with a 14 karat gold nib. Yeah. Okay, so one thing I forgot to mention, so when it comes to this nib, it has a little heart shape, which you should be seeing right now, a heart shape on the nib. And that's this little, thing so the ink can get to the pin. Alright, someone's going to correct me on that because it totally eluded my mind. I know what it is called, but I can't remember, so someone comment down below what I was trying to say. But anyway, so what's a great quote? Here we go. You must believe in your friends if you want them to believe N-U. Okay, so I'm pretty sure most of y'all can already hear this nib and what it sounds like. And I don't want to say it's scratchy, but it has a touch of feedback. And in terms of giving feedback, me personally, I love feedback because it makes me feel like I'm actually writing on the paper, the pen to paper, which is what today in society we have gotten away from. But that's on a different video. So in terms of it keeping up, oh, there's a little bit of skip there. Hold up. Actually, that was just me lifting the nib off the paper accidentally. So it fairly gets a little bit it keeps up. In terms of upside down writing, hey, how are you doing? It can be used for that. Now let's go to the Jinhao X450 and see how well this writes. Okay, so this is the Jinhao X. Very big emphasis on the X450. I don't know why I just said that. In terms of this keeping up, this has a goulet nib, and keep that in mind. This has a goulet nib on it. It's not the stock nib that some of y'all have with your Jinhaos. And this is an extra fine nib. And in terms of it keeping up, keeps up marvelously. Beautiful ink too. Now, upside down writing on this pen, yeah, it's not gonna work. It's dry. You can't even really see it. You can see the little feints right there, but yeah. Now, in terms of writing it out and comparing, since this is a fine and this is an extra fine, the Japanese line, it's hard to see, but wins. Barely wins, but it wins. In terms of which one is the thinnest line, even though that's a fine, and this is an extra fine. Oh, there's no ink in here yet. Okay, so what is this? Apple Glory? We'll go with some Diamine Apple Glory and see how well this works. Alright, so we're not going to actually fill it up with the converter, but we're just going to dip it. Just like I used to do back in the olden days. And we'll see how this works. This, oh, okay, hold up. There we go. This is the Jinhao 599. So in terms of it holding up, this is a medium nib, by the way, too. But this is the Jinhao stock medium smaller nib, not a number 6. The other two pins, they were number 6 nibs. This is, forgot the size, someone comment down below, I'm still learning. And it's fairly close. Now, in terms of keeping up, it kind of does, and then it kind of does not work that well. This is why I didn't even waste my time. We're trying to ink it up, and I just dipped it. But that's the writing portion. Okay, so which one do I think you should get? The 37 6th century. This is the Jinhao. Hold up. The 37 6th century platinum. Okay. Rewind. Okay. Which pen do I think you should get? The platinum 37 6th century or the Jinhao X450 fountain pen? Now that's going to come up to you, but I think you should get both. This pen retails for $200. Give or take $176 at gouletpens.com, or you can go to eBay like I did and find a seller who's from Japan. The source, since the fountain pen is from Japan, the company's based in Japan, you can get this fountain pen for a low price. Okay, that's enough of that. For a low price of, I bought mine for $100 and it was free shipping. It goes up and down, but I would find a seller that's going to sell it to you who has a really great rating on eBay because you don't want to get duped. That sucks. Nobody likes to get duped. And you can get this pen too from China or Hong Kong for little as $3.25 free shipping. It'll take like 2 or 3 weeks to get there, but I'm telling you, $3.25, get a Gold Nib, but forget how much they are. I think it's no more than $15, and you'll have a pretty good writer. You saw what it did. Now I'm gonna be, for this channel, I'm going to be buying a bunch of different cheap fountain pens and then work my way up into the expensive fountain pens and then reviewing inks and different types of things for this channel. Now let me know what you think below. I know the setup today wasn't that great, but it's gonna get better. Wait on it. Wait on it.